So this is the zero water pitcher, and I got it out yesterday, but I was afraid to drink it. I figured I would have my mom test it out first. So I took the pitcher over there, and she took a sip, and she's like, "Oh, this tastes like spring water." So then I started drinking it, and I was like, "Wow, yeah, it kind of tastes like." I don't really like bottled water. I've had bottled water before, and it just kind of tastes weird because I guess I'm used to tap water being filtered through the Seychelle filter. But yeah, bottled water, I don't know, it tastes weird to me. But so finally I started drinking the zero water today, and it tastes like kind of like bottled water to me, except better. It does taste better. So yeah, I can live with it, I guess. It tastes pretty clean, but it does kind of taste like bottled water, which is mostly reverse osmosis, so that makes sense. And because they do call this deionized water, and reverse osmosis is also called deionized, I think. But yeah, I'll just have to get used to it because I'm kind of used to tap water. I think I'm basically drinking tap water now. I have been pretty much all my life because the Brita filter is worthless, and then after that I started using clearly filtered, and I realized that's kind of worthless. And the Seychelle, I think they're all worthless. The Aqua Gear was definitely worthless, and they all were shaped just like this. They're clearly filtered. The Aqua Gear I had to take back because when I filled that up with tap water, all these chemical fumes start coming out the top. It started off-gassing real bad, and I drank like that much water, and I got real dizzy. So that's why I was afraid to drink the zero water till my mom tried it. So then I tried it after she tried it, and so yeah, so I mean, they're all Nazis that are making these filters. You know, I don't trust any of these. And the company, you know, they'll preach, oh, TDS doesn't matter. Well, like the TDS of the clearly filtered and Seychelle and all of those are basically exactly the same as the tap water, which makes no sense. Because if anything, the tap water, you know, if it's like 2 hours is about 178 to 198. If anything, if you filter it through clearly filtered or Seychelle or Brita or Aqua Gear, I mean, if anything, it should reduce it by 50%, you know? It should be, you know, 75. Or not 75, 100. Because, you know, then you know it's working, that it's getting rid of 50% of all the bad crap, and it's leaving in 50% of all the good stuff. Like, AKA calcium, which is freaking lime. They're calling lime calcium. That's the main thing that these filters do not get out. None of these filters, these cheap ass filters, well actually they're kind of expensive, but none of these stupid filters get out lime. And lime, I'm sure, is probably not good for your arteries. And I mean, look how you can't even get that shit off. That's lime. I gotta scrape it off with my fingernail. And by the way, I'm gonna start buying distilled water. Now, I may eventually buy one of those distillers, but for now, while I use the zero water, I'm gonna buy the distilled, like maybe 5 gallons of distilled water, and maybe that'll last me a week or two, or maybe 2 or 3 weeks for my cats. Because, I mean, I don't trust drinking tap water, so I don't want them to drink it either. So I'm gonna start giving them distilled water. And see, I got that thing to fill up, and then this other one, and then another small bowl in the other room. So, hey, look at what's on my finger. That's gross, man. But yeah, so I decided, because these filters, you know, are $15, and I don't know how long that filter is going to last because I only started using it today, basically. I filled it up 2 days ago, and then I started drinking it today. So far I've only made 6 cups of zero water. I don't know where the distilled water is at Walmart. It's not near the where the regular water is. So it must be over there in another section. I'll have to ask somebody next time. And I bought some Himalayan salt, so I'll just add a little bit of salt, you know, to the water. But I did test the zero water pH, and it's like 6.5. Tap water is like 7.5. So I guess the zero water is slightly acidic, but I drank some. It doesn't make my stomach feel weird or anything. So I think that's a bunch of bull crap. I think it's okay to drink acidic water. I mean, maybe not if it's like 1 or 3, but at 6.5, I mean, your stomach is 3.0, so I don't see why. I mean, 6.5 is higher than that, so I don't see, you know, how that would harm you any unless you were drinking 1.0 acidic water. You know what I'm saying? But look at this. This is basically the water filtered through a 16-month-old. The tap water filtered through Seychelle. This is a Seychelle filter in there, and I've been using it 16, 17 months now, and basically the tap water through there. I mean, this is still what you get. Look at this. This is gross. See that film? Which is probably lime. You know, look at all that. But it's probably a lot more than lime as well. And see, look at all that lime. See? Ew, look at that. But anyway, so I trust the zero water. I mean, I don't know how long it's going to last me yet. But like I say, I'm just, I got to get used to the taste because, like I say, to me, it kind of tastes like bottled water, and I've never really liked bottled water. So apparently I don't really like reverse osmosis water, but it's just a matter of kind of getting used to it because I've been used to drinking tap water all my life. Because like I say, basically, that's all I've been drinking is tap water because all of these filters are worthless. And I've never drank distilled water. I've never drank reverse osmosis. You know. And so basically I've been drinking tap water all my life until now. And so yeah, but that would make sense to me, you know, that if the tap water is like 190 and you run it through one of these filters, I mean, if it's supposed to perform, like if you look at all the data sheets, you know, they'll act like, oh, it's reducing everything down to 90-something%. Well, I mean, if that's the case, the TDS should be at least 50%, and it's not. It's always the same. You know, Brita and everything, they're all pretty much exactly the same as tap water. So, I mean, they're basically worthless, all of those filters. I mean, it's reducing, like, the chlorine taste and smell, but that's probably all it's doing. And if you could smell, I mean, some hardcore chemicals, especially if you open up that, I mean, you could smell some hardcore chemicals because it's stewing up in there and it's off-gassing and it's being trapped. Hi, Trixie. Hey, Scooter. Hi. But, yeah, so, I mean, I've been doing research on water for a long time now, and I just didn't really know what I wanted to buy yet. And I was afraid to try any kind of water after that experience with Aqua Gear. When I drank like this much from this glass right here. I put a little bit in there and drank a little bit, and I instantly got really dizzy. So basically I was afraid to try the zero water until my mom tried it first. And she's like, this tastes like spring water. And if you look at this, you don't see any sediments or anything. So look at that sediments from the lime, and like I say, it's probably other bad crap too. But maybe not. I mean, I don't know. Maybe our water around here really is not that bad other than a little bit of fluoride, and that's about it. I really don't know. I'm not going to go pay money to have it tested. But, you know, it may not be bad other than the chlorine and the fluoride and the lime. And, you know, so, I mean, basically that clearly filtered, it's not, I mean, the Seychelle and everything, they'll claim that it may get out fluoride for like the first month or something, but after that, it will not get it out because it's, for some reason, it's really, really hard to get fluoride out of the water. So, you know, I mean, but still, I don't want to be drinking fluoride or lime, you know. And who knows if that's really, if the Seychelle or clearly filtered was really getting out the chlorine. It may just be reducing the smell and crap, you know, and the taste. Or you know, it may just be reducing it 50%. Well, I don't want to be, you know, drinking 50%, you know, 50%, that's even too much, you know what I mean, of chlorine. And see, look in there, you can see the sediments. See the sediments down at the bottom, that line right there? See, all the sediments? And like, it's mainly lime, but I know it's more than that. Because it was getting real gunky. I'm real bad about using these over and over again and not cleaning them. And it was getting real, like the lime and gunk was building up around there. And so at work on Friday, I took a tissue and wiped it off, and it was all orange, yellow. As you can see, I tried to wipe it off again, but it's not very yellow because I had already cleaned it on Friday. But that's gross. I mean, I don't know what that is. That's got to be more than just... see, maybe it is the sediments from the chlorine. Maybe it's, you know, it's not just lime. Because why would it turn orange? You know, when I wiped it off, it was yellow orangey. So, I mean, all this shit is leaving so much behind. And they claim that it's getting all this crap out, and I know they're lying. So, but yeah, I mean, I remember in 2010, you know, I lived right back behind Target. And I remember walking around Target, and I looked over there, and I saw the zero water filter and shit. But I just kind of, you know, back then, I was still, you know, I guess I still wasn't all paranoid about chemicals and stuff. And at that time, I was probably drinking Brita filter water. Yeah, I must have been drinking the Brita filter. Yeah, I was. But that's not doing crap. You know, that's not doing shit to the water. It's just, you know, it's just, you know, improving the chlorine smell and taste or whatever. But yeah, I remember, you know, glancing, seeing the zero water. I mean, I think it's been around quite some time, even before 2010. But I just kind of glanced at it, and I was just thinking, you know, they were all probably scams, you know what I mean? At that time, I don't think I knew what it was about, you know, I don't think I realized what it was about, like, you know, reducing everything in the water and all that. But, yeah, I mean, I know it's been around a long time. And I've been doing research for quite some time, you know, and I couldn't figure out which one I wanted to buy. And you hear horror stories about the zero water as well, and, you know, as any of them. And so finally, I just decided, I don't know, my psychic abilities told me to go with zero water. Okay, yeah. So I was down to either buying zero water or just going ahead and getting a distiller and drinking distilled water. So I decided to go with the zero water. And I know, for some reason, it's not exactly the same thing, but it's both clean, that's similar, but I know that for some reason, distilled water, it's supposed to be negatively charged, and zero water is not. But like I say, I don't know if I want to be drinking negatively charged water either, you know what I'm saying? But I know the zero water isn't like negatively charged. It's called deionized, I know that, I guess because all the minerals are out of it. But hopefully, I mean, I'm going to give it to my cats, the distilled water, and hopefully I won't see any weird side effects or anything. I mean, if I do, well shit, you know, I mean, supposedly that can make some people detox the distilled water. I mean, but you know, it may not make my cats, you know, my cats may be fine, but like I say, I think the cheapest option is just to buy distilled water for them. Because like I said, I don't trust giving them any of this shit, clearly filtered or anything like that, because I don't think lime is good for them either, you know? Or Seychelle or whatever. So I'm going to get them, you know, they're either going to be drinking the zero water or the distilled. And I think distilled water will be cheaper. Because like I say, this is $15 for one filter, you know, and this may only last me 15 gallons. So I think it'll just be cheaper, you know, buying 5 gallons. And that may last me, I don't know, maybe 6 gallons. I'll buy 6 gallons. Maybe that'll last me a couple weeks for the cats. I'm not sure yet because I haven't tried it yet. I never see it at Walmart down in the water section, so it must be in another area. But yeah, this, and like I say, I may have to eventually buy a bigger pitcher. And I may do that little trick that they say on YouTube to prolong it, possibly. It may not work with my water, but maybe it will. Oh, but what I did do, the water that I put in there, you know, it had been sitting out for over 24 hours, so at least I get some of the chlorine and stuff out, you know, and it also had been filtered through here, so that may, I mean, I know this filter is old now, it's like 16, 17 months old now, the Seychelle filter in here, but, you know, that may prolong this filter as well. But yeah, I tested it and it was 0-0 on both of these. This was a cheap piece of crap I got on Amazon. Well, I stole it basically. This one I can tell is better, man, that comes with the zero water. But I'm gonna have to hurry up and make some more water. So yeah, basically after many months of doing like research and reading the reviews and all this damn water, I thought, okay, why don't I try the zero water or distilled water? Because I feel like that's the only two things that you could trust. I'm not going to drink it after sticking this in here, man. I don't know what the hell is it. Oh, what the hell, man? Oh my god, I don't even have the lid off. Well, I don't know what the hell's in here. I'm not drinking it after I stick this in here. I know, it almost seems like it's not even working. Seems like it's not even working. Like I say, this is the first pitcher that I've made. 6 cups is all I've ever made with this brand new system. 0-0. And then I'm shocked that this stupid thing can come out with 0-0 as well. Because this is like, this is just a cheap piece of crap. Made in China. Well, everything's made in China, but it seems to be kind of squirrely. Oh! Okay, I wonder why it's giving me a 1. It shouldn't be giving me a 1 because yesterday I did the same test and it was giving me 0. Huh, I wonder why it's giving me a 1. Shouldn't be giving me a 1. Okay, let's see. Let's dump it out. There must be some contamination. Let's see. But yeah, yesterday both gave me 0-0. Okay, clear, on, off, on, clear. See, 0. Yeah, I don't know, there must have been a few drops of tap water in there. Well, actually, because when I wash my dishes, I never dry them, I just stick them up there. So yeah, there must have been a couple drops of tap water or something. See, now it's 0. This is the clearly filtered, I mean the zero water. Oh, too, after I stuck this in there, it raised it. Because of the chemicals on here, it raised it to 0.02. Because the chemicals on here, on the end of the sticks. But like I say, this is basically the zero water 6.5. The tap water is like 7.5. And two, I noticed cold water will kind of lower the TDS as well. See, and this is basically tap water. Well, see, it's lower because it's sometimes it does register lower than the actual tap water. $172, $173. Okay, 172. Hold on. I don't know if I'm sticking it down there too far. Close enough. 171. About the same, I guess. But yeah, this stupid thing, it's not supposed to be going in the red. It's supposed to be going in the red if it's above 400. I don't know why this stupid thing is going in the red. No, if it's above 500. But it keeps going in the red, 172. That makes no sense. This one's just a cheap piece of crap, and I don't think it works very well. $165, $171, about the same thing. Here, let's do actual tap water. Why is that only reading 134? Doesn't make sense. Oh, maybe because I didn't shake it off. Well, it may be fluctuated. Okay, so at this point, the tap water... Well, I noticed that sometimes it does go down, but I've never seen it go way down like this before. Depending on, I guess, if we get rainwater or something. Wow, this is only... Our tap water is pretty good right now. 134 was 198 the other day. Okay, maybe I gotta turn it off. Okay, well, I don't know why, but it does fluctuate depending on rainwater and how much it rains and stuff. So our tap water is only 135. Well, good, then I may get a lot more months out of that damn thing. And then this cheap piece of crap. Whoops. Wow, I don't know why, but I don't know, maybe, well, it's not too cold, but I know cold water for some reason lowers the TDS. But I mean, it shouldn't be like too cold. I mean cold water meaning after you put ice in there and everything. And there's not ice, so I didn't put ice in there, the tap water. So anyway, that is the zero water review. And now I'm gonna have to clean all this. Now that I know I'm not having any weird side effects from this water, I gotta clean this out real good, and this one out, and fill it up with the zero water. I don't know what I'm going to do with this one. Thanks for listening. So yeah, go get you one of these, man. But yeah, it's not feasible in some states though.